Hello and happy Wednesday. It is over the hump day. My name is Terry Phelps and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I try to come live every Wednesday night to share some inspiration. I hope you're all doing well and you're having a great week. And it's a good start to the new year. Tonight, I am going to continue on with my last week's presentation, and that was with Valentine's Day cards, although they were just basically heart cards, right? They didn't necessarily have to be used for Valentine's Day. So because we have Valentine's Day coming up and Easter, it's kind of a big time of the year for little treats and gifts, right? So I thought I'm going to share a fun little gift idea for sharing treats or small gifts. So I'm going to continue. At least I've made some other alternatives, but I'm going to continue with the bundle that I was using last week for the one I'm going to demonstrate tonight. And that is the Endless Love bundle. Whoops. Here, let me go down here. It's the Endless Love bundle. So we have this stamp set and these dies. Because I don't know about you, but I love giving treats out for those fun holidays, right? So let me start by, I'm not going to show you what I'm going to make. We're going to make it first, and then I'll show you some alternatives. So I'm using a two-tone cardstock. And this is a bubble bath. And so you can tell one side's a little shade lighter than the other. So to do our gift wrapping, we're going to do a 12 by 12 and we're going to cut it 12 by 7. And you can adjust this any way you want, depending on the size of your little gift. I mean, within the 12 by 12 paper, right? And whoops. So this is the size that I decided to go with. So we're going to take and we're going to cut this. Now this is 12 by 7. And if you are going to make a bag or little gift wrapper thing in a designer series paper that has a design, you'll want to make sure that you kind of cut it accordingly, right? So that your design is in the correct direction. So we're going to take and we're going to go on each side vertically. We're going to score 1 3/4. Whoops. Perhaps if I get that in there right? And this is two-tone cardstock, and this is a great thickness because designer series paper, while it does work, it's a little quite as thick. And, because this is holding a gift in it's not quite as thick and heavy as regular cardstock, but it is thicker than designer series paper. Okay, so now that we've taken and scored at 1 3/4 on each side, we're going to horizontally, we're going to score this at 5 1/4 from the top and the bottom. So here we've got 5 1/4. And then we're going to flip it over, and this would be the bottom, and that's going to be 5 1/4 as well. All right. So now that we have our score lines, we need to make a diagonal. So I'm going to, and there might be a lot easier way to do this, but this is the way my little brain works. So I have to do this way. So from our center score lines right here, we're going to have an intersection. We're going to have 4 of them, right? Because we scored equally on the top and the bottom and the sides. So I'm going to take and I'm going to measure on the outside. I'm going to measure from this score line 1 3/4 inches. So I'm going to line this up and I'm going to stand up here. I cannot see what I'm doing this. So I've got this at 1 3/4, and I'm just going to make a little tick. All right, and I'm going to do the same. 1 3/4. And then I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to go up 1 3/4 from my score line. And then I'm going to flip it to this side and do the same. Okay, so I'm going to have 4 ticks now. And then I'm going to take, and I'm going to go diagonally from where the intersection is of where my scores lines are. And I'm just going to draw a really light line here. Oops, I guess that's a light. Well, that's okay, we can erase it. And I'm going to do the same on all 4 sides. Oops, that one's off just a smidge. Oops, my goodness. It's a good thing there's erasers. Alrighty, and then all right. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to do and fold on all my actually. Oh, geez, I forgot. I have to score. So something's wrong. So now I'm going to take my lines and I'm going to go and score, line them up into my track. And I'm going to make sure my line is in my track, and I'm just going to make my scores. And once I've done this, I can erase these lines. Okay. This one I really made a mess of, didn't I? And there is probably an easier way to do this, but this is just how I wrap my head around it. All right, so I'm going to take and I'm going to erase these lines while I can. And for me, I love these erasers that click like a pen. They never dry out. They just are, they're wonderful. I use them all the time. They don't leave marks. They don't, get bad on ya. It's just awesome. All All right, so I'm just going to erase these. I've had some of these for years and they still work just as good as when I first got them. I don't know what they do differently. I don't know why they don't make all erasers like this, but they are awesome. All right, so now we're going to start doing our folds. This is really a simple way to use your paper. And it's fun because you're actually getting a package out of it too. So you can decorate it for fun and it becomes your packaging. So now what I'm doing is I'm just folding on this crease line that we just created, right? And I'm going to make sure I get in here with my bone folder and make a nice crisp fold. Whoops, did that the wrong way. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing on this side as well. Maybe I have to do this. And I'm just going to crease this really nice. All right, so our folding is going to go like this, and this is going to become our package. Now, I have seen where people don't actually tack this down, and I feel like, yeah, you got to tack it down. It just folds easier. It looks more polished. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to, whoops, I'm not at the end yet. All right, so I'm going to make sure there you go. That's one side. And I'm going to do the same. So I got this idea because I actually received a gift like years ago, and it was in a paper package like this. It was not a stamped thing. It was just something someone got me from the store. And I was like, I kept it for years. And I looked up the other day and I went, hey, I'm going to take that apart and figure out how to do this. So that's where this idea came from for me. So what you have then is this, when you have just tacked down these sides. So before, and then it will go flat. So we are going to decorate. Now you don't have to decorate the inside. I think I'm gonna. And then of course we've got the front and the back. So before, sorry, I just gotta. sorry about that. So let's take and decorate our front and decide what we're going to do here. So I think for the front, I'm going to need a panel because this is just plain pink, right? So I'm going to take and cut a panel of 3 1/4 by 5. So this side has more pink. I think I'm going to go with this one. So what I say, 3 1/4 by 5. And okay, so that's going to be part of my front. And then I think I'm going to use some of the dies. So I'm going to make a great big heart. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to make a heart. I'm going to cut a nice gold arrow. Got to have that, right? And I have this fun little heart that is some squiggly lines. So we're going to do that. And I think I'm going to do that in corresponding pink. I think we'll do that. So I'm going to cut those really quick. Right. Isn't that fun? I love that. And then we have this fun heart. And let's see, I'm just going to do our fun squiggly heart. And I think we're done cutting stuff here. Oops. All right, so those are those pieces. And then I think, I am not quite sure yet. So this is part of the 6x6 paper. And it's called Love Notes. And so it has all kinds of fun things in it. It's some of the product or some of the papers have these awesome, like looks like the little Valentines that you get, little kids pass to each other. That's what it reminds me of. So I might use this. And let's see, I'm just kind of cutting some papers. I really like this Your Extra Special. I think it's kind of cute, and they have it here without the lettering, or without the words. So I think what I might do is I'm going to cut off the to and the from. Let's see, first I'll cut this part off. I'm just kind of making this up as we go here. All right, we might use that. All right, for now, I think we'll just kind of let that go and let's see what happens. All right, so this is going to be my front. So I want to put my panel in here. And I made some alternatives that are not Valentines. So that was kind of fun playing with this. So I'm going to have a small border around each. All right. And let's see, I think I'm going to just put this, and I don't think I'm going to raise this. I think I'm going to let it. But I have this, which will be close. Oh, what the heck. We'll raise it up. I love these big, bold hearts. I think they're so fun. This die set has 3 different sizes. Well, actually more than 3 different sizes. So it's kind of nice. And they're all a little different. All right, let's throw this on here. And if you watched me last week, these probably look really familiar. So I originally thought, well, maybe I'll make 3x3 little cards to go with these. But I decided that the other cards I may coordinate, and so why not give those two with this package, right? Or you wouldn't actually have to, because you could, put your words and your sentiment on the back of this little package as well. So you don't really need a card if you don't want. Okay, so we've got our little heart. So I'm going to put my arrow up on dimensionals as well. Or my arrow, yeah. And I think a mini will work on the arrow point side of this. If you put it on carefully, you will not be able to see it. So it'll have that nice, yeah. All right, sweet. So I think I am going to actually adhere this with liquid glue on this side or down here. And then I'm going to string this through like this. So really, I wouldn't have to glue the heart necessarily because I'm going to entangle this arrow in it. Okay. Fine. All right, let's take this and I'm going to tack it down. Okay. Fun. And I think I'm going to use some liquid glue to tack just the bottom of this, or this side. Gives it a little dimension, but it also holds it in place. Fun, fun, fun. So See, so that kind of has some dimension because your heart is up a little bit. All right, so that's that. And then I want to decorate the inside. Now, I could put this in here, your extra special, or be mine. I think what I'll do is I'm going to put this your extra special inside here. It's just a little something. You don't actually have to really put anything on the inside. I just think it looks a little more done or finished. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. And then we're going to decorate the back as well. So this is going to be the top, right? So I want to make sure that I put this on here. And this is where you could add, you know, your whatever little words you want. So it's got a sentiment already, and you have a little bit of white space to be able to write. And you could decorate this with another little panel. Let me see. Too much. No, we're just going to keep it simple. And you do kind of want to keep in mind, I am going to put some ribbon. So I'm going to be using the top for that ribbon. All right. So now we have our center, and we could put, let's see. So this is a little box that I had, and I thought it will fit. So it doesn't have to be for just a little treat. It can be for an actual little gift as well. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put in my slits. Now this is kind of big, so I'm using the punches that it's a little set, and it's called the Hole Punch Assortment Set, and you get 3 of these. So you have, one is a slit, and then you have an 1/8 inch hole, and then you have this type. Okay, so you can use any of these. I'm thinking if I put this in here, I might end up using the little holes. Might be a little easier, but yeah, I've used them both. They're all pretty good too. I could use both. All right, we'll try this. Okay, and so in using this, what I did was to make it so that it would be even, I lined it up so that it would go right to the edge, so that when I'm punching, I'm going to be right at the edge, and I'm taking it and letting it go in the whole way, as far as it'll go. And I'm going to flip it. I'm going to do the same. And that way I'm going to have my things in the right place. However, I want to make sure my heart's not in the way. Okay. And so that I'm sure that these are lined up correctly, I'm going to do the same on the other side. I just found that that was easier than trying to measure and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay. Whoops. So there we go, like that. So I'm going to add some ribbon, and of course, because we use the gold foil, I'm going to use this beautiful, it's an online exclusive, and it's the gold striped ribbon. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off some of this. And I'm going to stick this in. And I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to start, I think, yeah, I want to start from the front and go, or no, I'm going to start from the back, I think. But it's really fun because this is big enough. I think the inside is like 3¼ by 1½ I think. So it holds quite a good size. So I'm just going to put this through. I did use the little circles with this ribbon as well, and it worked just fine. Sometimes you think, how am I going to get this big ribbon in this little hole? But it worked. Absolutely fine. All right. So super fast and easy. And I'm just going to take and wrap this little ball. Can I make a pretty little bow if I can get it? I'm the worst bow maker on the planet. Alrighty, cut off a little extra here. And there you have it. This really cute little box. This is what it looks like from the side. And you've got your Be Mine. And we have that little inside as well. Okay, so let me show you. Let me show you my alternatives. Oh! Okay, sorry about that. So these are my alternative boxes. Same idea, just a different look, right? On this one, I put Happy Valentine's Day. That was just part of the paper. And on the inside, I have You're Amazing with some hearts. On this one, I just did this simply out of designer series paper, and I used our oval punch, modern oval punch, and I used an embossing folder and put birthday wishes. And it's just so pretty, right? And then I thought I would do one for Easter. So I took, and these are the ephemera packs. And so I took, and I don't know if you can see it, but I did Wink Stella on just the lilies and did the same thing. And on the inside, and I did do this punch sideways, and when you open it up, it says Happy Easter. So you can really have a lot of fun with this. It's just a fun, quick, easy little way to give a little gift, and just show someone a little something that they're special. And by the way, in our die set, we have 2 X's. And I thought, what is that mean? 2 X's. I never had seen that before. And so I actually had to look it up. Put these like this. I actually had to look it up, and what it means is kisses, kisses, kisses. So the more X's you have, the more the affection is. So it either ranges from platonic to romantic, and more X's means stronger love. And the Europeans use that more than we do here in the States. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. So I hope you like this. I hope you use that. It's a very simple, easy matter of just cutting and folding some paper with some score lines and decorate it any way you want. So with that, I will leave you, and I hope that inspired you. And have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Take care.